Just imagine, people around you start dying in a strange manner and no one knows how all this is happening. Something similar happens in our story today. The story begins with American software developers, Ben and Sean, who were going to Russia by plane. Suddenly, the light of their plane went off, but it was soon fixed, and they reached Moscow safely. They had come here to talk to investors for their app. His app helped in finding programs and parties happening in any area. When he was going to meet the investor, he saw that 2 American girls were using his app. Finally, he reached the investor's office, but there his friend Skylar was already talking to the investor. He stole the idea of Ben and Sean and sold it in his name, and he pushed them out. Later, Sean and Ben were drinking at the club when Sean noticed a beautiful girl, but she was with Stylers. Soon, he saw the same girls again, who were using his app, and seeing the opportunity, he went to meet them. Annie and Natalie were their names. The 4 began to party when abruptly, the club's lights turned off and all mobile phones shut down. People of the city emerged on the road, noticing yellow smoke above in the sky, which then began to shine, with tiny yellow orbs descending towards the earth. One orb approached Sean's group, causing them to retreat in terror. The light orb became dim slowly. A cop popped one of it with his baton, only for the light to instantly burn him to crisp. There was sparking widespread panic, as numerous lights. Hundreds perished due to the balls. Sean's team and others rushed into the club. The light shattered all windows. In truth, it wasn't light, but bizarre beings. They viewed all but humans as clay. The light began to drag and absorb everyone, until someone ignited alcohol and hurled it at the creature, causing it to withdraw. Skylar then made his way into the club. Secretly, Sean and his friends flee to the storage room. Meanwhile, outside, the light mercilessly claimed lives. Out of nowhere, loud knocking on the door startled them. Natalie noticed Styler at the door. She quickly let the frightened person in, and they all concealed themselves for hours. They had plenty of food, so they were okay. However, tension led to a dispute among them. They've been in hiding for 5 days, and now their food supply was dwindling. With silence outside for the past 27 hours, they opted to head towards the U.S. Embassy. Outside, they noticed silence enveloping the area, with vehicles parked all around. As they proceeded along the streets, a sound abruptly caught their attention. It originated from a Russian elderly woman, yet her language was unfamiliar to all 5 of them. Continuing their journey, they arrived at a bridge leading to the U.S. Embassy, only to find it had collapsed from the middle. They then resumed their search for a method to cross through the river. Unexpectedly, a police car appeared in Red Square. Styler and the 2 young women sought cover close by, while Ben and Sean ran towards the vehicle. Upon arriving at the vehicle, they discovered a map and a firearm. Next, they noticed a dog barking at something unseen. Then the dog was suddenly, out of nowhere, burnt to a crisp. Everyone was terrified. Styler and the girls took cover in a nearby mall, while Ben and Sean concealed themselves under a car. Shortly, the beast approached the car, triggering a faint alarm due to its light. It circled the vehicle, failing to spot those hidden below, and then silently departed. Following that, Ben and Sean rushed to their friends in the mall, where they discovered a plane had crashed. Styler suggested that they remain in their current location and patiently wait for assistance to arrive. Ben and Sean realized to survive, they must keep advancing. They discovered the creatures emitted electricity, causing electric devices to activate upon their approach. They gathered bulbs, wearing them as necklaces to signal an approaching creature with the light. Sean noticed the external bulbs lighting up, indicating the creature's proximity in the area. Overwhelmed by fear, he remained still, yet the creature moved past him without noticing him. As the creature stepped into the shop, Natalie stayed put. Sean grabbed her, urging her to stay still. The entity moved by them, silent once more. Sean realized that they were behind glass, which is shielding them from the creature's electric rays, perhaps explaining his inability to see them. Exiting the mall, they made it to the U.S. Embassy, only to find it in ruins. Bullets littered the entrance. Then Styler acquired a rifle. Now Styler stayed at the door to guard, and the rest went to search inside, but the building was completely empty. Then he reached the control room where he got the reports of all the cases. There were news reports all over the world for 3 minutes of this light attack, and according to them, most of the cities were captured. and humans did not have any weapon to face this light. There was no other option except going underground. In a cage, there was a radio. Sean switched on the radio, but since it was a Russian broadcast, they were not able to understand anything from it. Subsequently, they observed numerous yellow orbs causing chaos throughout the town, only to shift their gaze towards Styler, who aimlessly roamed the streets. They snatched the map and radio, and Sean and Ben rushed to rescue Styler. Upon arriving at Styler, vehicle lights began to glow, signaling the creature's arrival. Styler urged Ben and Sean to flee and began firing at the creature to distract it. The light quickly destroyed and killed Styler, but Ben and Sean were safe. Inside, Sean noticed a light on in a room of a nearby building. They somehow managed to sneak into the building, but upon entry, a girl named Veka aimed a gun at them. They told her they fled the light orb's assault, and Veka let them in. The room was encased in metal. The owner, Sergei, explained he crafted the room to block electricity, ensuring safety from the lethal creatures. Vika understood Russian. This is the reason Sean broadcasted a radio message to her. After hearing the broadcast, Vika made it clear to everyone that a submarine is present in the Moscow River. Furthermore, anyone who manages to get there by the next morning will be evacuated to a secure location. Following that, Sergei mentioned that the submarine has been built similarly to this room, ensuring that those creatures cannot reach it. Consequently, they collectively decided to make their way to the submarine. Initially, Vika, Natalie, and Annie left the building to look for essentials. Meanwhile, Sergei revealed to Ben and Sean his crafted microwave gun capable of eliminating the creature's electric shield. Quickly, the creature noticed the girls and invaded the building. The three immediately dashed to the room, getting in just in time. However, they didn't shut the door completely in their rush. Out of nowhere, the creature came in, and the girls took cover behind the glass table. Sergei then fired his microwave gun, freezing the light, revealing his face to all. It became clear that these odd lights were deadly aliens aiming to erase human existence on Earth. Sadly, this only lasted briefly before the alien vanished. After that, he burnt Sergei to crisp. Meanwhile, Sean and Ben escaped through a secret route. Natalie broke the diesel tank to cause an explosion and reached Ben and Sean, but Annie could not escape due to fear, and the alien burnt her to ashes. On the other hand, Vika came down the stairs and ran away with the rest of her friends. Soon, they came across Russian officers who were completely covered with metal, and they also had many weapons. Suddenly, the lights started burning, and they attacked the alien. They managed to hurt the alien through bullets, flamethrowers, and bombs. The police told that they can scare the aliens but cannot kill them. Then Sean saw that an alien had left a black stone behind, so Sean kept it with him. After this, the police brought them to a safe place, and everyone shared their information with each other. After hearing about the submarine, the officer said that the river is very far and aliens are spread everywhere, but all four of them still wanted to reach the submarine. That is why the police agreed to take them there. They all were moving through the railway tunnel when aliens appeared suddenly. In the dark, they tried to hide from the aliens, and Vika ended up being trapped in one of the train pillar. Ben then pushed her onto the track, leading to his capture and being burnt by an alien. This deeply disturbed Sean, yet they managed to escape the tunnel and reach the riverbank, where they sat in agony, searching for the submarine. They all grieved for their lost friends. Then their boat halted abruptly because of a rock, prompting everyone to disembark and notice a swiftly moving boat. A vortex of light extracted metals and valuables from the ground. It was then understood and was clear aliens were mining Earth's minerals. At one point, their eyes fell on the submarine, but suddenly the building in front of them started collapsing on them. Due to this, all of them fell into the water, but finally Sean, Wika, and an officer swam to the submarine. Sean saw that Natalie was still missing. He somehow convinced the captain of the submarine to wait for Natalie and himself set out to search for Natalie with the police. While going, they threw their phones near the tracks so that they could know when the aliens arrived. Shortly, the phone started to ring, but at the same time, Sean falls onto the ground. He immobilized the alien midair using the microwave weapon. Policemen then fatally shot him. It was confirmed aliens shielded themselves with electricity, which could be neutralized with the microwave weapon. Natalie, hiding in a bus, heard them. Sean set out to rescue her, while officers doused the ground with water to boost the microwave weapon's impact. Now the aliens feared the water. Then Vika arrived and set off explosions. When the police used the microwave gun, it showed 3 aliens. They then fiercely eliminated the aliens. Upon Sean's arrival at Natalie, the bus began to move, unveiling an alien on board. Sean shot at it but missed. As the alien grabbed his leg, Sean decreased its electric power with the gun, freezing it instantly. Sean then grabbed a black stone and struck the alien directly. The alien perished in the huge blast, and the bus halted. Later, all returned to the submarine, while the police chose to remain to safeguard their citizens. The submarine departed shortly after, and Natalie noticed her mother's message. Just then, the radio broadcast news of factions battling the aliens collectively. Everyone in the submarine agreed to ally with these groups and engage in the conflict against the aliens. If you like the video, please like and subscribe the channel. See you in the next video.